All right. So this is session number 4,
Ah,
or
I
is it
think it might be
5?
5?
5. I
It's
think
Yeah,
it
I'll say
5. Yeah,
5.
session 5.
Somewhere in there. I've lost count.
Yeah,
Too
it's
many
session.
going around.
Yeah, no kidding. It's session 5. Um. All right. So you guys are on the road to Free Harbor.
Aye.
All right. Does anyone want to summarize what happened last session?
I know I popped up, and then we kind of went out into the surrounding jungle to
Yeah.
kind of survey the area and ran into
It was
Paw.
mostly just a lot of RP and downtime. We also dealt with some internal matters. Got a scout master. Talked to a god apparently, and now we
Oh,
have
Oh,
yeah,
a
right,
yeah.
that did happen.
ridiculously OP shield around the kingdom.
Yeah. Yeah, parlayed with the god, got some cool stuff. Uh, met the scoutmaster with the gun. I do remember the gun. And
You
his two Allosauruses. And
which
it's about what I remember.
I actually just had a concerning thought.
What's
We
that?
we are a small up and coming kingdom. Is that shield actually visible from the outside?
No, I think it was stayed to be kind of one way. But
Let's
I
find
could be
out.
wrong.
You want odds or even?
Oh God.
We'll go odds.
All right. So odds it's visible, even it's visible. 6.
Oh shit. That's actually the worst case scenario. Because this tiny little know nothing kingdom just popped up a massive, super powerful force field.
I mean, yeah, it's a bit weird.
It's a beacon.
Yep.
And we just
Okay.
left the kingdom.
Fortunately, it said massive, powerful force shield makes it really, really hard for someone to take over your kingdom. So
Yeah,
That is true. And we have somehow, I'm still surprised that I was able to talk them into it just by bullshitting my way through, but we have guards that used to be bandits, so I'm not that worried.
Right. Plus we have the scoutmaster, and we've got that cleric there as well. What was his name again? Oh, Rufus Sandyman.
Yeah, Rufus.
right.
So I mean, we got some protection there at least.
Yeah, we should be all right.
all right. So you guys are traveling along the road south. You do come across some trials and tribulations along the way. Um, you manage to handle them pretty easily. Most of them are just minor encounters. You do come across a few dinosaurs and things of that nature. It's clear that this area is inhabited by dinosaurs and hostile fauna. Fortunately, though, Ankong seems unusually adept at handling these problems. He manages to shy you guys around the road, and as long as you got, and he states, as long as you pretty much stick to the road, you'll be fine. It seems as if he's being guided by some otherworldly force, almost like a dungeon master.
You've been touched by the gods, Egg-Con.
Don't tempt me to make a warlock that's patron as the DM.
I'm good. I don't want to give out the favors. All right. So you guys are greeted outside the city gates by an emissary. Let me get his name. A man named Monbrick.
Monbrick.
Mondrick.
Monbrick. First name Justice. Justice Monbrick.
Interesting.
Sorry, we cannot permit you to enter the city. We do not allow despots to enter our realm, especially one who holds claim to our waters.
I am no despot. I am actually here for diplomatic relations.
What is it that you could possibly do for us, being such a small, unrecognized kingdom as yourself?
Sounds like we hold access to your waters.
That's very
Is that
true.
a threat?
No, more of a
Statement of
opening
fact.
line. You see, we are actually here because we don't want to, as you say, hold your waters. We want to open up a trade negotiation.
Ah, trade. What could you possibly have that we could need?
I just point in the direction of our castle.
The big shining beacon in the distance.
And you're telling me you can trade this magic?
No, but we can extend the benefits of its protection.
Actually do that at a meta level. I don't remember. Do we say we could?
Nope,
Was
this is
it?
absolute bullshit.
Okay, well,
Deception.
That is a 15.
I don't believe you.
So, it's a
Though,
neutral.
I have come to notice that you seem to be of a mercenary type. Perhaps we could strike a deal.
Alright. What exactly is it you're wanting?
We need an artifact recovered. It's a potent device.
Hmm.
It is a cup of shining, beautiful gold. Manahithio, also known as the Cup of Suffering.
There's an involuntary shudder that just runs through Jareth's body as he remembers the cave with the dead king.
Yeah, what would we know about this cup?
Jack with a
Is there
sour
any like?
spot, probably. Well,
Could
let
I
me
roll
see.
a history? Maybe.
Let me see. It's possible you heard. It's possible you heard like a legend about this thing.
All right, I'm gonna roll a history check then.
Yep,
And if I just fail it, let me know.
gotcha.
If I fail it by less than 6, so that's a 23.
You barely feel it.
Ooh, okay. In that case, I'm gonna use one of my psychic die here to add a d6 and possibly pass it. Let's see. So would a 28 pass that check?
Yes. All you know is that this is a artifact of some great power. There are supposedly many of these artifacts that exist throughout the world. Some of them in different regions, others coveted by kingdoms and rulers. Sometimes they're hidden in tombs behind traps and puzzles, or even kept by themselves by capricious deities. Um, these artifacts are some pretty serious business.
Are these artifacts? Is there like a certain god behind each artifact? Like, does it correlate to a certain god, or is it unrelated in some cases?
In some cases it does, some cases it doesn't.
Okay, okay. So all we know about this cup is that it's very powerful, just by being an artifact, essentially.
Yes, you don't know what it does, although the name itself is kind of ominous.
Yeah, a little
There
bit.
have been legends that someone has cured themselves of a horrible disease via the cup, only
so
for
this
it
is
to
like a holy
destroy
grail
everything
type.
they've ever known and loved.
Hmm.
It could even have been attributed to be, I don't know, maybe a wish granter.
Okay, so it's like the Holy Grail.
Wishes with consequences.
Watching we get down there and it's just an ever full goblet with a really good meat in it.
Mr. Monbreg, how did?
All of these artifacts tend to have a touch of chaos about them.
Ah, okay.
That makes sense.
Mr. Monbreg, how did you learn about this artifact? These are highly coveted, and they do not stay in one place for long unless they're heavily guarded or kept a very
My
deep secret.
master requests it. Should you be able to deliver the cup to us, we will generously reward you. We could even see, perhaps, arranging for a diplomatic astutment of some repute. Basically, he's saying that he is willing to arrange to have Free Harbor arrange to publicly announce that they consider your place a free city.
Okay.
That would go a long way to making us more legit.
That would be beneficial and perhaps get our foot in the door for actual diplomatic communications. I do have some mutually beneficial ideas, but I'm amenable to searching this dungeon.
By the way, there are 9 artifacts.
Oh, only 9?
9.
Oh shit.
Nine.
Okay.
You mentioned a master. Who is it that you work for, serve, whichever word you choose to use?
Well, let's just say he goes by. Well, I don't know if you would recognize the name, but my direct superior would be named Fussicus Dodoris.
Any kind of check to recognize that?
Roll it.
All right, what do I roll?
You can roll history. It would be pretty difficult, but it's possible.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
Alright. I'll give it a
Um,
roll too.
you've heard
Ooh.
rumors of crime families that exist, and that just seems to itch at the edge of your mind that maybe it's related to one of those.
He Ozzy doesn't really say anything, just kind of like nods.
Jareth has no idea. He literally this is like his third or fourth. Like he was born in the city that we ended up getting destroyed. So everything around him is new to him. He has no idea what's going
If
on.
your character is very worldly in this world, like they would know about other cities and whatnot, and kind of a little bit about them, you would know that that the city of Free Harbor is ruled by a king. However, the royal power is behind certain noble families that are basically crime syndicates.
Yeah. Jareth would have the basic underground knowledge, and that's it. Like he would know the whispers of the crime families, but like no real names, no real important people. He was a bounty hunter in the city to make coin to just be able to eat.
Rox is a rogue, so it makes sense that he'd know a little bit about these crime families. Plus, he's a archaeologist, so maybe he's uh, helped on some expeditions to find these artifacts or other items of a little power, maybe. But I doubt he's gotten very much into it with these crime families.
You would know that the major crime family is simply known as the family. They're the
Ah,
ones you really don't fuck with.
yeah. It's like walking into Chicago in the 20s and say, "Oh yeah, don't fuck with Capone." Like, "Yep, got it."
And Mother Russia, Capone fucks with you.
Hmm.
He hands you a cloth with a compass drawn on it. This should point you to the place you need to go. If you don't survive, we never knew each other.
I mean, if we don't survive, we don't know anything. So yeah.
Very good. He hands you a red stone. When you have found the artifact, come back out the city gates and throw this on the ground and crush it.
Where is this artifact located?
It is in a tomb of forgotten memories. As in, everyone who goes in there forgets something about themselves.
Lovely.
Well, that sucks.
Indeed. You think my first name is Justice normally? I don't know my fucking first name.
Oh, lovely.
Are we sorry, I just need to clarify. Are we talking like important memories here, or am I just gonna forget like what I had for dinner last night? Or am I gonna forget like my mother's name or something like that?
It is different for everyone.
Ah, noted. All right, Ozzy, Jareth, what do you think? Should we take this up? It'd be good for Craft Keep, I believe.
I mean, it's worth looking into.
Imagine the city, I guess, needs the jump start.
All right, before we get further into this, under bots and the roles on the right hand side of the server, if you see Theobot, make sure you put that bitch at max right now on its volume. Never know when you guys have done this.
Yep.
All right.
All right, done.
It has to. Oh, Theobot. Gotcha. Done.
It's the new music bot because Groovy and Rhythm and all that shit shut down.
Yep. I know.
All of them?
Yep.
Yep. They
Damn,
ceased
why?
an even Fred boat.
They got cease and desisted?
Yup.
Damn.
Because they can link directly to YouTube, and Google didn't like that.
So I'm like, fuck it, I made a bot. All right. We'll be using that in a minute. Okay, so it's about a day and a half travel for you guys. Well, no, not a day and a half, about a week travel. You have to go past your own keep and go north into the desert.
Boy, back to the desert.
Oh no, is it literally the same place?
Oh, god damn it.
I wouldn't troll you that
All right.
hard, would I?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, first I want to say we're definitely going to stop by the keep, make sure nothing's fully burned down yet. Also, once once we're all out of earshot of Free Harbor, Maracas is going to talk to the other two and be like, "All right, now that we're a little farther away, are we all okay bringing one of the 9 artifacts to this crime lord? Like, is that something we're okay with doing? Because this seems." I know it'd be good for trade, but it seems like it might lead to something worse down the road.
Not really. I mean, uh, I mean,
Ozzy
we
just
have
kind of
to.
shrugs, like,
Okay, so main trade, it's either going to come from the desert or it's going to come from Free Harbor. We can't trade with the desert. We have to trade with somebody because we can't get all the food and necessary materials in. We need trade. Period.
Okay, that is a very fair point. I guess better to have the person with the artifact on your side. I guess.
Yeah, and
'Cause it's-
since we're out of sight, I'll look at the three of them. And so the main bargaining chip we have is that once we make a dock in our city, they can use it as basically a safe harbor. We would turn a blind eye to anything that's been stored there, so they can use the benefit of our protection to store anything they don't want in other people's vision.
okay, that makes sense.
But that is kind of our only bargaining chip.
Hmm. I was
I think
wondering.
I think it's
Oh,
I think we're far too new to be saying no to any kind of assistance. I don't think morality really matters in the situation.
Oh, it's not morality. We're just kind of instilled a despot accidentally because of magic cards, and we're not sure we actually want to rise another one.
Well, that's the way of things sometimes.
Yeah, but no, I don't think we kind of have a choice.
I was gonna say maybe we keep the artifact for ourselves, but that seems like kind of be playing into the whole
That
despot
That-
thing anyway.
That's as
So
much
yeah,
of that's as much of a beacon for trouble as giving it away.
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
that's very true.
I think we should go ahead with this, and maybe on the trip there and back, we can think of some other bargaining chips that are worth getting a more. I mean, being known as a free city is a good thing, and if we can maybe gain some favors in the process.
It'd be worth it in the long run.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in that case, we better get going. It's probably about a week's walk right into the desert. So
Yeah.
also we should make sure our keep isn't only populated by two Allosaurus and one dwarf at the moment.
Or at least that they haven't shot the tree with that boomstick of theirs.
Okay, so a few days passes and you manage to go along the road again, kind of safely. You're aware that this is a very untamed road. See, is a possibility of coming across bandits and things like that. Less so bandits now, more like endangered wildlife. You'd notice that there are lights along in the dark marshes that try to tempt and coil towards you to come towards them in the darkness.
Oh boy.
Begone, foul demon!
It buzzes slightly and runs away.
Continue your rest, wisps.
Yes, there are wisps. And so you make your way successfully unto Croft Keep once again.
All right. How's it looking?
That's right, let me roll severity.
Oh,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
so technically, since it's been a few days, we would have time for a long rest, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just making sure for spell slot alignment, because I'm not down health or anything.
Okay, middle of the road. It was a little bumpy at first, but everything's settled in just fine. Hugh Hackettstone has built himself a little tent.
Oh,
He's uh
Jareth, we're
he's got a
really.
few he's got a few dead stags curing meat.
Ooh,
Oh,
nice.
awesome.
That is beautiful to see.
Jareth, we're really gonna have to work on getting some lodgings in here soon. We want
Yeah.
to keep these people around.
We can see if we can find a carpenter on the trip, but uh, I've been talking to slaves and everybody else. We don't seem to have anything over basic level. We might be able to build some log cabins, but that's not the best idea. Not long term, anyway.
Yeah. It's not something we necessarily have to do at the second, but something we should keep in mind once we're thinking about increasing our hold in the
Yeah,
area.
yeah, I am wanting to expand our wall and maybe see if we can get some masons in and put in a proper stone wall.
That would be ideal. Ozzy, do you know anything about masonry by chance?
I'm not exactly a craftsman, I'll be honest.
I just thought I'd check anyway.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the only thing I know about masonry is if you put your dagger in at just the right angle, you can pop a brick out every now and again.
Well, that's actually pretty useful information. Tell that to the masons and they can fix that little loophole.
Yeah, it tends to be. You got to be tough enough to break the mortar, and then you can pop a brick out and chuck it at somebody that you don't like. Don't know if it's a loophole more than an act of vandalism.
Yeah, nothing like catapulting a brick at somebody, am I right?
I know, right?
All right. Since we're back at the keep, and it doesn't seem like anything too bad is going on. Maracas is definitely going to check up in the Arcanist Tower just to make sure it's doing all right.
It has grown significantly.
Ooh,
Nice.
how significantly are we talking here? Like a shrub height, or like a small tree at this point already?
A medium tree.
Medium? Oh shit!
Nice. Okay, well, I will work on replenishing our rations, get extra food and dried food and stuff for the trip.
You guys are getting really fucking lucky. Okay.
Also, originally we were going down to Free Harbor to scout out like what kind of creatures were in the area.
Yep,
Uh,
lots of
was
dinosaurs.
lots of dinosaurs? Is that the and what we found out?
Yep. There are also some plants that you might have recognized if you have proficiency in herbalism or medicine.
I do not.
I'm not proficient. I have basic bandaging skills, and that's it.
Okay, well in that case, I guess we'll talk to the scouts or the trainee scouts or whatever we have at this point,
Mhm.
and tell them this, and at least let them know what is around and what they need to look out for. So at least even if they're not skilled enough to really take it on, maybe they'll have a better chance of hiding from them or something along those lines.
Also, I imagine we should probably let them know, like, hey, we're leaving for like a week at least.
Yeah,
Or,
probably.
well, we like, so it was a week there and a week back, so it's probably we're gone for at least 2 weeks.
A little bit longer than that because we'll probably be spending a few days in Free Harbor once we get there.
Right.
So,
Gone like
yeah,
say a month.
a month, yeah.
Your supply coordinator comes up and gives you a listing of information of some of the surveying they've managed to accomplish. Turns out you guys have a lot of natural resources within the area, you bastards.
Nice.
You
Oh,
have excellent clay, excellent iron, excellent wood, minor silver, moderate gold and copper, and your fields are very fertile.
oh, awesome.
Okay. So, first things first, we want to start. Well, we don't want to clear cut, so just a moderate thinning on the interior and at least a good logging effort on the exterior of the palisade. Um, at least get one clay pit open because that improves our chances a lot. Clay vessels aren't that great, but they do work. We will see about gathering up some miners for the iron And
I mean, the problem is I don't really know if we have to keep all this right now.
I mean, miners can actually make up. I'm sure we can find some dwarves that want a new home and just tell them, hey, go to town, give us a percentage of what you get out, you know?
Yeah, we could ask Hugh if he knows anybody.
He didn't seem to be from around here.
What gave you that idea?
The fact that he said he was from a different place and just appeared here one day.
Okay, that's a lot less. That's a lot less funny.
I forgot he fell out of a portal.
Yep, he literally told us he just came out of a portal.
Yeah, okay, that's a dead end there.
The portal's still there. It's just in the air. He gave up after a few hours of trying to jump in.
I mean, we could always build a scaffold so he could climb up to it. But I kind of want to keep him here. He's useful.
Yeah, let's let him teach our scouts some stuff and build us some guns, and then like, oh, we just thought about this. We could build scaffolding.
Yeah, but yeah,
Like
we at
people do.
least want to get the wood and the clay started. So, because the actual mining isn't as important as having clay vessels for storage, water, stuff like that, and having wood for actual uses like housing.
Yeah, I'd agree. Clay, wood, and probably get some farming started at least, because
Yep.
can't live off hunted meat. Yeah, we can't live off just meat forever, and it'll
Yeah, no.
deplete the game around as well.
Yeah,
If we do that
absolutely.
for too long.
So yeah, start at least a few people that have some pottery skills, making basic clay pots and stuff like that. Get the
Do we have
wood.
like a number for how many people we have like around?
We
Yeah, I
have
was
like
just wondering
60
that.
people.
Okay.
Do we actually have like a exact number of how many people we have?
It's a good question.
Think we might have, but I think Agcom had that written down.
Yeah, he's the note taker.
Let's see. You started off with like 60.
Yep.
Let's say about 160 so far.
Okay. So I will detach 10 people with any forestry experience to actually start chopping trees, clearing space for fields, stuff like that. And we'll set up anybody that can grow a plant and keep it alive for a month can start planting what grains we have.
Okay. This is going to be a kind of expensive endeavor, especially if you want to start thinning out the forest that's inside your to gain workable area inside your palisade.
Well, no, not inside. We're just going to use what's available. Oh yeah, shit. There is no available land inside, is there?
It's a lot of forest.
Okay, so maybe we focus first on cutting down the trees to get workable farmland and then we work on farming. But clay production and wood has to go first because we need the building materials.
Yeah, and I mean just the wood production going first will clear land for farming as well.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we'll prioritize lumber and clay production for right now.
All
So
right. So you'll need about 20. You'll need about 20 good men to start clearing out the forest. That's going to cost you about 40 gold pieces per day.
I mean, so
Okay.
40 per person.
Oh, total.
yeah, that's not too bad.
Yeah, it's still putting us in the red a little bit, but
I
I
mean,
mean,
we have
how much excess gold do we have?
14,000 14,000 uh, 143900.
43900. 143,000.
Thank you.
Right, and with
Okay.
the interest
And
from the bank and
they
the
will be
mill and
required to be
everything.
paid 30 days in advance, by the way. So
Yeah. Okay. So
Total, that's gonna be a 1,200. So
That's not bad.
no,
I
that's
mean,
not
it's
bad at all.
yeah, but it's still like it's sizable.
It is a sizable chunk.
I mean, could we only hire half the people and then cut that number in half, and it just gets done at a slower pace?
Yeah, we could. I mean, the,
Wait, I feel like 1,200 out of 143,000 is pretty reasonable.
yeah, I'm actually okay with the 1,200. Um, I'm okay with the 1,200. That's not that big of a deal.
This is me meta level coming out and being like frugal.
Yeah, no, I get that. But for right now, this is what we have the money put back for, is to get the things done.
That's true.
So I'm okay with dropping 1,200 out of the vault to go ahead and get the lumber taken down, because that has to be done first before we can build houses, before we can plant crops or anything like that. So that is the number one priority, is getting the trees down. Because as it's been, they've literally just been chopping a tree when they need to build something. If we have the excess lumber and actually have it cured in time, we can expedite some building costs.
Yeah, it'll help streamline the process further down the road.
So yeah, we will
you have
drop
approximately 10 acres of land within your palisade.
10 acres is a pretty good amount.
Yep.
That's
And you will also have 105 tons of wood per acre cleared.
okay, so that's
1,050 tons.
yeah, good lord. Okay, we don't need the whole area cleared
It
out.
takes a lot of wood to build homes.
Yes, it does.
And you also have to account for using it as fuel in construction supports and things that you can use all the wood you can fucking get, basically, is what it amounts to.
Yeah, so yeah, this is clear the entire thing. We will oh god, we're going to have to do a we're going to have to get beans, corn, rice, and potatoes so we can have a decent crop rotation.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Okay,
Okay, so I guess we're gonna go with the whole 10 acres cleared, I
yep,
guess.
clear it all. I'm taking the 1,200 out of my notes. If you have the vault money in your notes as well, go ahead and adjust it. We should have 142,700.
All right. Awesome.
All right, so get the talking to the quartermaster. All right, get the crews assembled. We need this cleared out
Okay,
ASAP.
so for every 6 men you have, they can chop and burn an acre in a single day. That's if they don't want to store it. If you want to store it, you need 10 men for an acre a day.
Okay.
Was the price of 40 a day for 6 men?
No, that was for 20.
Yep, that's for 20 men to just
Because
chop.
they need
Oh,
two
okay.
for unskilled laborers, 2 gold pieces a day.
Okay.
All right, so we're
Let
going
me
to
just
need
pin this real
10
quick.
men. Yeah, that would be. Okay, so yeah, we will need them because if we're going to be using the wood, eh, I think we're going to be wanting to put it into production immediately for building houses.
Yeah, I would
So,
say so.
yeah, so storage is not exactly necessary. It's going to be immediately going from, well, it still takes a 10-day drying time to be usable.
Yeah, so it's still gonna have to be stored.
Yeah. Okay. How much is it going to
Doesn't
cost to
necessarily
store it?
take drying. You can have any kind of basic someone who knows precipitation to consistently dry the wood.
That is
That
true.
would require skill. That would require a skilled laborer though.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
is true.
magic for that.
Okay, we can bump the price for the storage and just move it to somebody that's skilled labor. So I think that's more beneficial in the long run, even though it costs more. So 20 gold a day. We probably want them to work for what, a month?
Yeah, probably 30 days as well.
You could
So
comfortably have the entire forest inside the palisade cleared out within 30 days.
Yep, that's
yeah,
what I'm
and
thinking.
that only brings the total up to like 1800 anyway. So it's still really not that much of a difference.
Yeah, so okay, we're down to 142,100 gold.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that then. We'll do the one skilled labor to kind of get past the storage process.
Yep. So yeah, don't worry about storage. Just cut it all down. We'll have anybody that can use prestidigitation dry it immediately, and it will immediately move to production for housing, fuel, stuff like that.
Okay. So that's the cost of just cutting down the trees. You don't have the cost of anyone building the homes. You can have very basic log homes being built with using numerous unskilled workers. However, the longer they do it, there is a chance they could become skilled. However, you would really want to find a carpenter to convert these
Raw
structures
material.
into
Yeah.
like larger, more efficient structures.
Would it? I almost want to wait until we do have a carpenter so we can do that. But like, how long are people going to be willing to just live in tents with
Yeah.
all this wood laying around before they're like, "Hey, we want something better."
Well,
Like,
I'm
actually, turns out let's roll and see if there is a carpenter among any of the 160 men you have. 10 of them are supposed to have been skilled workers. We already have numerous of them assigned. Let's see if they are. One of them is a carpenter. Where's this? 98th percentile. So yes, you have a
nice.
carpenter. You have two carpenters.
two
Okay,
carpenters, awesome.
that's actually perfect. We can put them both to work. Um, for right now, just for basic purposes, I think basic log buildings would be okay. But anything that's going to be infrastructure wise does need to be an actual secure building. So, like housing and stuff, log cabin homes are fine. But for any, like the merchant buildings or anything like that, we do need a carpenter for that. What do you think?
Yeah, I think
Um,
that makes sense to me. I don't want the
yeah, but we eventually need to make everyone kind of universally housed.
Oh,
I would
yeah.
say that because if Frostpunk has taught me anything,
Yeah, that is true.
yeah, giving
And
one class better homes than the other is just not gonna.
right, that's not shit. Okay, we can pay for just having
Well,
them all have.
y- yeah, I would say either create universal homes now or like try and make a promise of some kind. Like,
what's the price difference between the two? Just looking through the actual thing here.
So, actually, I have a really important question. What season are we in?
Autumn.
We need
winter's
real
coming.
houses now.
Yeah, yeah, we're
Okay,
gonna have to dole
that
out
clears
something.
everything up. We need real houses now.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. So the option I'm seeing here for, I guess we're talking about lodgings if we're
Yep.
actually going off the book here. So yeah, there's the option for communal bunks, and then there's um, private bedrooms, which is like 4 person per bedroom, which isn't too bad, I guess.
No.
So that's probably what we'd be going for then, right?
Yeah. Private houses wouldn't be bad. We could also we could split the difference and have a couple communal lodgings and for like general labor, and then have the actual private homes for specific skill sets. That was a
Mhm.
feudal thing they did.
Yeah, that's true. Hmm.
Okay, so it's 2,500 for
For one building,
one
essentially.
building. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna cut in pretty quick.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even just to house everyone we have at the moment.
Yeah, we couldn't do it.
Uh,
It's impossible.
yeah, we what that'd be $100,000, and then yeah, our interest wouldn't be able to pay off everything
Now,
for very long after that.
here's a thing we could do. We could not personally oversee the housing. I mean, we could just let them have the wood and be like, here, decide what for a house. If you want to put up a shack, go ahead. If you want to put up a log cabin, go right ahead.
Just let them build their own like shanty town.
Pretty much, yeah. We could always upgrade it later when we have more capital.
Hmm. Yeah, that could work.
And anyone that doesn't have housing can sleep in the servants' wing of the actual keep itself. Although that's going to get cramped and they're going to have to
Right,
hot
yeah, how
bunk
many people can that house?
like 50 people, was it?
So we need effectively house for 110 for that to not end up getting ridiculously crowded.
Yeah. Because tents aren't going to cut it through the winter time. So we are going to, yeah, I think letting them build a shantytown, just uh, give them a spot,
Get
tell them, hey,
something set up, yeah.
yeah, and then we'll just upgrade it as we have the capital.
Hold on, where are
So
you getting that price from?
The book that you give us,
Okay. Yeah, but how many people does it house?
uh, it's dependent on which type you're building, but it's the same
yeah,
cost for either building. So if it's a communal building, it says it can, what is it,
it holds 50 if it's a
50
communal
people per
building,
communal.
and then there's like a different version that holds 24 people, but it's a lot more private
Yep,
than the communal bunks.
and one of them actually generates income.
Yeah, I think
So
that's supposed to be like an inn or something
yeah,
though.
I think so. So that might not actually be just like general lodging. So that might be something completely different. But that's the only like uh definitive thing we have to work off of.
Yeah. So I guess I have a question for you, Theo, regarding this. If we were to say build these lodgings and choose the the one that holds 50, the communal bunks for now, is there could we upgrade it later on for like a reduced cost? Because I feel like you could do the communal bunks now, and then once we actually have the capital to do it, we could upgrade the inside of those structures to be more private rooms, but like the main structure itself would still be there.
Yeah, that's fine.
So
Okay.
basically we're building a hostel and then we're going to upgrade it to a hotel.
Something along those lines, yeah. I think that might be a good way to do it. The only thing about the shanty town is like if we're leaving people to build their own shit and there's only two carpenters out of 160 people,
They're going to
like
be overworked.
what are the chance? Well, that too, but like, what are the chances people are going to be able to build themselves a house where they'll actually just
Yeah,
live
that's
comfortably?
true.
That's the only thing I would
You
be
only
worried
really
about.
need to build like really one or two lodgings
Yeah,
because you have a lot of space inside the keep, at least for this, you know.
yeah, we can build 2 of the communal lodgings and just upgrade them later.
Yeah,
That would hold 100 people. We can hot bunk the 10 extra people that's left over because the keep can hold 50, not counting the nobles section.
Well, here's what I can do. If you want to pay 25% more, I'll allow you to increase the amount of people that can be hired double, but they're not going to be super happy for a long time.
So basically, we're putting them on emergency work detail.
Yeah, you'll make them very crowded, but it'll be okay.
It'll work. No.
So yeah, with a promise that this is just until the winter and the spring thaw. Once then, we'll start working on housing for everybody.
hmm. Is there a benefit to that though, rather than just having the 2 lodgings as we were saying, and
Lower
then have
initial
the rest of
investment.
everyone in the keep?
It's a lower initial investment.
Yeah, it's 20.
Oh, oh,
Yeah,
sorry. I thought you were saying it was more expensive. Okay, that's just a misunderstanding on my part. Gotcha.
yeah, we're paying a little bit more to have more rooms available to get, so we're not having to cram as much in at once,
Gotcha. Okay.
which is not a bad idea.
I mean, yeah, as long as we can secure the capital to upgrade everything before, I mean, before our like deadline hits, I don't see why that wouldn't work.
Yeah, because we want to get them in actual housing before wintertime. That is paramount.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so if we're building 2 lodgings at the increased price, how much is that going to run us?
Well, let's see how much your carpenters can reduce the cost. I rolled a fucking 100.
That is that
So
the best possible result?
they reduced the cost by, let's throw in a couple dice here. See what we get. 27%.
Okay, 27% of 5,000.
Well, remember the cost you add a zero because you also gain an additional, if that makes sense.
Right,
So
so 50,000.
yeah,
Okay, so 50,000 reduced by 20%.
I got you.
To be 30, what, like 38,000 something with maths.
All right. So it costs 36,500 for 2 lodgings.
Oh, I mean, I want to say deal to that. That's a much better price.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
yeah.
Eggcon, what do you think? Sounds like a smart idea to me. All right, we're in
Sock
agreement.
it.
Encon will lend his services to assisting with the construction.
He'll be with us.
I mean, yeah, I'd imagine he would go with us, not just stay behind.
Yeah. Okay, so 142 minus 32,500.
I think it was 36, wasn't it?
Yep, 36500.
Okay.
And it will be basically many different homes, not just like one big ass building. But
Okay, so that'll put us down to 105,600.
Okay, that's not nearly.
No, it could have been worse, but it's just because it is an issue if we don't have housing for them.
Yeah, it will quickly become an issue for sure.
Yeah, because then we have to deal with dead people.
Just have to invest in a graveyard
Yeah,
or get a in-house necromancer. Um,
that's no.
I mean, we have a necromancer next door.
ooh, trade opportunity.
That's. I'm actually.
No.
That was really morbid. I don't know if I want to actually do that.
So I kind of take the quartermaster off to the side and I'm like, okay, just feeling out the idea, like looking at Maracas and turning back. Are there anybody here that doesn't exactly have any family and doesn't care what happens to their
Oh,
mortal remains
no.
if the worst should happen?
I mean, you want a percentage?
No, it's voluntary. Like if they don't care what happens to them, they don't have any religious leanings or whatever, we might see about putting them into a more permanent employment.
Ah, the sentient undead.
Possibly.
I could ask around, but these are pretty faithful folk. They
Well,
may have a problem with that.
but yeah, I'm not saying that we're making it law. I'm just saying that for anyone that particularly doesn't care or anyone that's executed as criminals, it's an option.
Keep
Perhaps.
saying it's an option. I don't know if it is. I don't think that like
Wait, if anything, why could okay, just had this thought. If we did have some necromancer aligned with us, could we not, with the people's consent, bring these people back and still have them work around?
That's what I'm saying. It's on a
Oh, okay.
voluntary basis. It's not like unless they're criminals. If they're criminals, we put them to death and then have them rise up, and they have no choice about it. But if they are, if they don't care, like if they consent to it, and they have no particular religious leanings, then yeah, it's an option if they want that. It's not a you have to do it.
Gotcha.
Just uh, yeah, keep it. Yeah, it is an option, but it's not. We're not saying it has to happen. I'm just saying if there's anybody that feels like that, it would be something they would volunteer for.
I think we could run a pretty good campaign for this sometime in the future.
We'll look into this in the future. This is not a immediate concern.
Are you worried about your family after you die untimely? Well, no need to worry anymore. You can come back and help them out after the grave.
And we'll even still pay you, which will go immediately to your family.
I was like, what? What
Perfect.
do you mean you're gonna pay them? They're corpses.
Very rich corpses.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay, but this is something we'll have to deal with at another time,
Yeah,
probably.
yeah. This is a future issue, but just let it be known that it is an option.
Okay. Anyway, as it is, I think we got the lodging situation filled out, or yeah, figured out.
Yep.
Uh,
So
hold on. Here.
that takes care of building materials, food eventually, because we will be turning that into farmland in the spring, and lodging.
All right.
Now we need to bust our asses and make more money because that was a big hit to the coffers.
Yeah, that was a pretty big investment. So might be time to head out into the desert again.
Yep. All right, so pick up enough rations for us for a month of travel and then head out.
Thanks for carrying everything, AgCon. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Work. As you guys are about to leave, you hear a knock upon the gates.
Come in. No, we have like a people on the gates or something.
Yeah, you receive a basically what amounts to a summons from a very uppity messenger.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy. All right. Well, we take a look at the. Wait, is it a verbal summons or is it a written summons?
You're receiving a verbal request from your basically your guards are telling you that there's someone at the gates who would like to see you.
Oh, okay.
Okay. We don't have a receiving area just yet, so open
I
the
mean,
gates, but don't immediately let them in. We'll
I
see
was
them at the gates.
I was just gonna say stay on top of the thing because I assume it's got like we have like battlements, right? Like or no?
I think we
I,
just have
yeah,
palisades at the
it's just
moment.
a
So.
big wooden spike wall. We don't have we don't have battlements or anything
Nothing we
yet.
could like stand on. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, open the gates a little bit. We'll receive them at the gates, but be on guard.
All right. Yeah. So I
Understood,
guess
sir.
we.
All right, and we'll head out to the gates, I guess.
All right, give me 1 second. Oh, that doesn't match there. It's still well. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. So, um, you guys meet what looks to be like a uh, rather noble figure who looks a little dust and dirtied, and he presents himself as a messenger on behalf of Fuzzicus Dradoris.
Ah,
And by the way, I got the info. I got the info mixed up. The guy he works for is, fuck. Let me get his name. Abathir.
Abathir.
So Abathir is the guy the messenger, the original guy you met outside the city. That's who he works for. Is a man named Abathir.
Oh, and he's part of the crime syndicate or crime
Yeah,
Yeah,
family.
yeah.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. Um. Hello. Apologies for the meeting at the gates. We are still under repair, so the receiving room isn't quite ready yet. We do have an inn if you'd like to meet and have an ale as we talk.
I will not be here that long. You also notice he's accompanied by what appears to be a bear in a suit.
Uh-huh.
The bear roars. Ah, certainly, sir. Um, my esteemed master, Ursimus Maximus, he says that he is to deliver a message unto you. Of course, they're fine
I
personages.
I cast speak with animals. And I stopped dealing with the functionary immediately.
You get the understanding that the Ursimus Maximus is less than pleased that you're not speaking to his functionary, and that you get the understanding that the verbiage he is using is quite offensive, and that Fuzzicus Doris is doing his best to kindly translate, and emphasis on the word kindly.
Yeah. So he's basically cussing us out immediately.
Kill these weakling humanoid garbage stains, basically.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
yes, he says, he would like to inform you that we have a proposition, an alternative solution to perhaps your quest that was presented to you. My master, and our master, I should say, has quite a bit of influence inside the city, and we'd be more than welcome to open the gates to such generous hospitalities as yours. He gestures to your property. Um, Perhaps if you should bring the cup to us instead, we shall grant you everything you need to succeed. We can provide skilled laborers at a very, he snickers, affordable rate. We can also provide, say, oh, a few dozen or 100 or however many you need, laborers who are, say, compelled to do what you need done. And of course, don't forget our generous offer for the cup itself in the amount of 50,000 gold pieces.
How many?
50,000.
Okay, so I think I misunderstood the beginning. This is not the same guy that we talked to at Free.
No,
Correct. Correct.
this is a
So,
rival gang.
Okay, this is the rival gang. Okay, okay.
gang is such a disreputable word. We prefer the term hospitable organization. You'll be hospitable to us, we'll be hospitable to you. Not so hospitable. He kind of does like a shanking motion. We get the result.
I get the gist. So I understand you're a business organization. I understand completely. We do have several offers on the table, so let us actually perform the mission, and we will converse with all parties properly and figure out what course of action we're going to take.
Oh, I think you misunderstand. You will bring the cup to us, or there perhaps will be consequences of less than we would like to avoid unpleasantries for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way we would know where this rival family is based out of?
It's based in the same city.
Oh, the same city. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I see. I see. Oh, and if you wouldn't mind passing on the message to your esteemed master there that we actually have quite a few trout in our receiving pond over here outside of the gates.
He brings in a fishing pole. I have already seen to it.
Excellent.
Yes, of course, of course. I will relay the message. He says that you have a good day, and we will be off now. He said, you because you heard speak with the animals. He said, I guess we gotta let him live.
Uh-huh. Good day. I motion to the guards to close the gate as they're walking away. I turn around, like on my heel, grab Maracas, Ozymandias, and we go find Hugh immediately.
Wow, that seemed like a very nice bear. Very well behaved.
You are currently being dragged by the 6'6" Jareth by your collar at this point.
Hugh is lounging in the bar.
Hugh, we need guns now. Every guard needs to have a gun.
But we don't have the materials for that. They're
We
expensive.
we have iron in the hills. We'll sort it out, but we need it now.
We it takes months to build a gun. You don't understand. It requires precise forgings. Even the castings take a while to make.
Can you can you make something simple, or like something that explodes?
Oh, I suppose if you have nitro, some guano, I suppose I could make an arrangement, but it wouldn't be
Uh,
easy or very cheap. We would need to source some alchemists.
so
Their labor costs.
Yep, more labor costs. Fuck. So we're kind of. I turn. Jareth turns to Maracas. Just you can see him trying to. The words aren't just coming out. He's like, "Can you help me out here?"
To put it simply, Hugh, we're in a bit of a hard place. Uh, we've been approached by two, seems to be rival crime families from Free Harbor that both want the same thing and will definitely come down on us if we do not choose them. So we need some additional protections if we're to go through in the upcoming months.
Thank you.
Well, I suppose I could set some surprises along the road, but it might hinder trade for a bit.
No, see, we need something that's. I mean, we're safe as long as we're in the bubble. They can't. Well, they can get in, but they won't do as well as our guys will. We just need something that'll show that we're not all bark.
Ah, I see. Um, Tell you what, you find me some alchemist fire, and I'll arrange a little demonstration.
I think we can do that.
I'll
Oh,
also need some fine grained powder, any kind. Flour would do fine.
Ozzy kind of realized what he's going for. Well, this will be fun.
Oh, that'll work actually. Good man. We'll see if we can find the alchemist's fire. We should have some sacks of flour, at least. If not, we can pick some up.
Make sure the sack of flour is completely sealed. If it's exposed to air at all, bad things will happen.
Yeah, understood. All right, we'll look into it. We've got a mission to do that probably won't end up that great on either side. Oh,
do you guys hear the wolves in the distance?
yeah. Sorry, my dogs are going bonkers.
No worries.
And
Oh, Ozymandias, I just had an idea. Do you have the ability to um, transfer information over large distances? Can you message or anything like that?
It's a bit out of my wheelhouse at the moment, but I can try and look into it, see what I can find.
I was just thinking. I doubt. What was the original crime family again, or alleged crime family?
Neither of them work for the family. They work for basically what amounts to is that the family is the head honchos. They're the crime syndicate that basically fronts the king, and everyone else just fronts a noble house or other. So think of them
So-
as like organized nobles.
I
Well, what I
get
was
it.
thinking is, I would assume the first group of organized nobles would not be very happy about this other group trying to push in on their artifacts. So like if we let them know that someone else is going for this, we might be able to get more from the deal from them, or they might just distract each other. I don't know, through some infighting or something. But I doubt the first family would just sit there and be like, "Oh, they're offering something too. All right, we're just gonna let it go and
So
just see how it goes."
I just thought of something. What if we decline both and take it directly to the family?
Oh, oh. Do we have any indication the family operates in Free Harbor in any degree?
I
They
mean,
have representatives. They're not based in Free Harbor.
but if we actually let's get a scout while we're actually going to get it and have them see if they can get in surreptitiously into the city and actually find a representative of the family and make the offer that we've been contacted by both of these groups, but we would rather deal directly with them.
I could be down with that. get some ins with the family.
That would been it. And maybe even drop the hint that we're willing to act as a safe storage space for any uh, excess commodities that they need to
The
keep out of
family
sight
has
for a
the
while.
family. You would know the family has strong ties to Free Harbor, but they're actually based in Smuggler's Cove.
Dealing with crime families, risky business.
Yes, it is. I know,
So,
but
are you guys aware of that? You guys, so you guys are aware of where Smuggler's
Smuggler's
Cove
Cove.
is?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
looking at the map right now.
Let me pull up the map again.
Hmm.
Okay.
So
Well,
based in
I will
Smugg-
be right back real quick.
based in Smuggler's Cove, but operate out of Free Harbor.
Yes.
Okay.
Hmm. Well, see, this is the hard thing because if we want trade with Free Harbor, realistically, we're gonna have to support whoever has the most ins with the king there. And I don't know necessarily if the family would be better in that regard rather than these noble houses. But if we did just want to try and go straight for the family, there is a chance that Free Harbor might not be somewhere we can trade with freely. Like we might have to smuggle if we're going to use Free Harbor at all. We might actually have to smuggle stuff into Free Harbor because they would likely not want us there at all if we're just skirting around the noble houses there.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
I was just saying, Jareth, I don't know, it's a hard decision because if we go with the family, there's a chance we might not be able to really freely pass through Free Harbor.
Yeah,
Like
that's
just because
true.
the family might not necessarily have as much influence on the king there as the noble houses do.
Well, most generally, I side with the ones that don't directly threaten us. So I mean, the first people didn't exactly threaten us, and that bear was very rude.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, you don't want to know what he was
Lovely.
saying.
Hey, real
He
quick, I'm
was
running to the
more
bathroom.
condescending than rude.
I mean, he threatened to kill us several
Yeah,
times.
yeah, that's kind of rude.
But he was more
I think
asking if he needed to kill you. That was
Oh
more his
well,
thing.
No, he was an asshole. He was an asshole. That bear was an asshole.
yeah, that bear was an asshole.
There's no getting
he
around that. That bear was an
he
asshole.
was unbearable.
I love it. But yeah, so yeah, the last group that was just here, they basically threatened us if we take it to the other people. The other people, they didn't exactly threaten us, and they offered to actually have a inn with the city.
Yeah. I'm just wondering how much more beneficial it would be to go with Free Harbor or go with family. I guess like
Hmm.
how much if the family is the biggest like crime syndicate in this area, would they be able to reach all across the continent
Yes.
essentially?
Yeah. I would say the family themselves probably has the biggest pull.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, if we go over their heads, we can probably still get an in into Free Harbor that way. But that's not exactly as likely. Of course,
Yeah.
we could also be made untouchables.
Well, yeah, okay, that's a good point. If we're allied in some way with the family, is anyone going to want to fuck with us from
Right,
Free Harbor and
exactly.
such?
We would be directly applying our allegiance to the family and not just to Free Harbor in general.
Yeah, I kind of like going trying to connect with the family. I think this is a good idea.
Yeah, I can see, like, I mean, there's benefits and drawbacks to all of it, but
If
going directly over their heads seems to have the most benefits.
yeah, if the family even wants this necessarily, I mean, they probably do, but there's always the chance.
Right.
They don't.
Of course, then again, even if they don't want it for themselves, knowing that two of their rivals or underlings are vying for it, they would probably take it just to keep it out of their hands.
Yeah, that's very true. Okay, well, yeah, I say we send our stealthiest, uh, send the
You
stealthiest
also seem
person
to
we can
forget
find.
that while going over their heads may have the most benefit, it also has perhaps the worst outcomes if they figure it all out.
Yeah, that's why I just went straight to our friend here to improve our defenses.
Playing a dangerous game, my friend.
Very much so. But
Yes, we are.
politics is dangerous.
Hmm.
So you guys are probably gonna rest before you head out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
more than likely.
Okay. So, Jareth, when you wake up, there's a white rose next to your pillow.
Yeah, everybody in the nobles area of the castle just hears "fuck" first thing in the morning. I pick it up carefully, not trying to touch any thorns. Like I'm holding it from each end very carefully, and walking out into the hallway.
One of the maids sees that white rose, turns fucking pure white, and runs the fuck away.
Yeah,
What is going on?
I just hold up the rose.
Well, if you got a date, Jareth, what's with the rose?
It's a message.
Everyone roll me a history check.
Gladly.
That's a
Nat,
nat one.
nat 20.
I got a dirty 20.
All right, so Baraka's Nazi Mindus. Jareth, you very careful. You see it dripping out of one of the thorns, and it kind of fascinates you. So you don't really hear much of this. Um, so your character is unaware. But basically, this poison from this rose is kind of potent, and it's known as the Traitor's Kiss.
Ozzy's gonna cast Mage Hand and just pluck the rose out of Jared's hands.
He willingly lets go. He knew it was a message. He thought it was poisoned, had no idea what it actually was.
I wouldn't touch that with your bare hands if I were you.
He holds up his gloved hands.
When it leaves his hand, it burns up and turns into ashes.
Oh joy.
Hmm.
Do you inform him what it is?
Yeah. This is this poison is known as a traitor's kiss. Do I know anything about it other than its name?
It's reserved for those who go against your contract and or betray the family.
So
Wait, the family?
we're not betraying the family, though.
That may not be how they see it.
True. Well, it's a decision.
Wait, fuck, how did they know?
We probably have a spy in our midst.
Wait, did we agree to talk to the family?
Yeah.
They tried to poison us? Jesus. Okay.
No, it's
So
not an attempt to poison you.
yeah, no, I get what it is. It's a warning. It's a threat.
I mean, yes,
Just
absolutely.
the issue is finding out because we don't technically. I mean, well, yes, we do have a contract with the first group. So
Well, I mean, it was a verbal contract. It's not like it was legally
it's
binding.
who cares about legals when you're talking about the family?
Out of the mist of the flame, you see a floating, tiny, itty bitty rolled up piece of parchment.
You're wearing gloves. I will snatch it and read it.
Choose wisely. We're watching.
Uh-huh. Okay. I think we want to go directly to the family with this, not take it to any of the branches. So I think we want to show loyalty where loyalty is due. Let's take it right to the top.
Yes, it
Ozzy
seems like
kind
we've set ourselves on a path we can't really go off of now.
of like grimaces, like
If we're going to be stuck in this, we might as well at least show allegiance to the right people and not the ones that are going to be squabbling over scraps.
Does this mean we're going to be heading to Smuggler's Cove then?
At
Are we
least,
going straight there?
no, we're going to go on the mission. We're at least going to send a messenger.
Okay.
I mean, if you feel like I'm making a poor decision, let me know, because I'm not.
No, I think you're totally right. Should send a messenger to them, and then I guess we'll go out and get it, and we can just head straight back to Smuggler's Cove. I mean, if we know where we are, if we know where they are, might as well.
Yeah. So, what about you, Ozzy? What are you thinking?
I don't like any option, but I don't really think. I think this is our best one if we have to choose.
Yep. So, I'd rather deal with the king than the baron or the count.
Everyone roll me a perception check.
Oh, lovely.
And
That's 9.
There's also a 9 over here.
What'd you get, Ozzy?
10.
We are blind.
One of the guards comes up and says, "Morning, sire. There's something that should be." He looks to Ozzy. He whispers. He leans in and whispers, "Something that should be of note in your study, the Arcana study."
All right, lead the way.
He gestures towards where you need to go.
Yep. It starts
Insight
walking.
check. Wait, before we go anywhere, I'm gonna do an insight check.
Go ahead.
Roll it.
Oh, that's a 5.
This is the most trustworthy guard you've ever fucking seen in your life.
Hurry up, guys! Let's get in there. He seems very worried.
All right. Following along. The thing you both would notice immediately is that for some reason Jareth is already dressed, except for he's not wearing his boots.
Wait, yeah. Why was he wearing gloves in bed?
Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, I
Interesting.
don't. Um, I'm used to moving a lot, so it's kind of a hindrance to get undressed for bed.
Uh, that does make sense.
Your boots,
That's
sire.
cool.
He
I,
hands you your boots.
I flip them upside down and shake them a couple times.
A spider falls out.
Oh, good call.
Yep, I shake them again, just for good measure.
Another spider.
Mhm. Just shake him one more time, because that's
One more spider pops out.
okay. What is there? Just a nest in here?
Do you look inside your boot?
I take a peek in.
No
Those are
spiders.
spiders like everywhere. This is horrifying.
Take a look in the other boot.
No spiders.
Okay. Shake him one more time just for good measure.
Spider drops out.
Okay, what the hell? Uh, okay. Right.
Oh, is it a whizzle bang again?
Yeah. Without putting his boots on, Jareth just ties the laces together and throws them over his shoulder and continues walking.
You hear a disappointed grunt. All right, so you arrive at the study to find the tree is now fully grown.
Oh hell yeah!
Alrighty then.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, beautiful tree.
In the
You're
center of
doing
the
so well.
tree, it's clear like crystal, and you see like what appears to be a blue pulsing heart.
And you hear smooth jazz in the background. Oh shit. I will roll an investigation check. See what's going on here.
Jareth holds up a finger as you're. Well, he's not like stopping you, but he's like, "All right, Portal, where do you lead specifically?"
Okay, I got a 23 for the investigation, and this is a visual investigation. Maracas knows enough not to touch this obviously magical three heart thing.
Okay, if it's visual only, it's to a disadvantage.
Oh damn. Okay. Let me roll that. Okay, that was instead a 13.
Okay.
And if I fail by less than 6, let me know, so I could possibly still
Yep.
get that.
Failed by less than 6.
All right. So I'm gonna roll my psychic die, which makes it it makes it why can't I do math? A 19. Oh, right.
Nice.
1 second.
So you're not bothered by the fact that Jareth already knew it was a portal.
Uh, oh. Yeah, I guess I should have just just listened to that.
Blue light pulses out like blood from veins. You see a whisper in the air, as if faint scrawling on a piece of invisible parchment. The heart leads towards the heart. The center of one leads toward the center of all. Come now and embrace the lock and the key.
Dumbfounded, Jareth just pulls on it, unties his laces and pulls on his boots and turns to Maracas.
You threw your boots
Okay.
behind you.
No, they were on my shoulder
Ah,
with the lace. Yeah, so he unties the lace, pulls the boots on, laces them up, then he turns to Maracas. What the hell does that mean?
Uh, I really have no idea.
Then he turns to Ozzy.
I'll cast detect magic real quick.
oh yeah, lots of magic.
Alright. Figured. Just just making sure there was something.
Yeah, I'm sure this is chock full of magic.
Jareth shrugs and walks through the portal.
There's no portal yet.
Well, he walks into the heart.
You when you put your hand like towards the heart, you can kind of grip it and feel it beating. What do?
Give it a hug.
You pull it, and a portal opens.
All right, Jareth, I didn't know you're some portal master. Really should have
I
told
mean,
us that.
I mean, my dad came through a rip into from the elemental plane of air, so I've always kind of had a sense for these things. But it was warm and I was a little cold, so I hugged it. He just
Well,
looks at the two of you sheepishly.
power of love does triumph over all. So is this a portal we can see something through, or is it just kind of like a nebulous, like,
Nebulous portal. What, you think it'd be that
okay.
easy?
Right.
I thought maybe by chance.
So, you want to roll the dice?
Hell yeah, I'm always down to roll the dice.
All right, Geronimo, and he steps through the portal.
Ozzy
Okay.
just looks shocked, like, what? Wow. All right.
Come on,
Okay.
Ozzy, don't be a stick in the mud. And Maracus also goes through the portal, filled with glee at his tree.
Well, forwards onto the breach, and Ozzy's gonna dive through that portal.
You see yourself in a massive, massive temple. As if they whispered to a forgotten god. The room you're in is part of a large temple, but it seems kind of weird, as if the rest of the temple is walled off by crystal and glass. Would anyone like to roll me a perception check?
Yup.
Or
That is a dirty 20.
16.
17.
You all see yourself like as if in the center of an infinite universe in a field of stars and galaxies. In the distance, along what appears to be a light road blocked by a sealed door, is a well, what appears to be of golden and crisp light.
Well, well, well.
I kind of
Let's
don't
look
want
at
to
that.
touch anything in here.
I wouldn't. I would not. Single thing.
Something in your chest is moving, Jareth.
I pull out the hourglass.
It is being pulled as if magnetically towards the wall.
You know what? I let it go.
I'm gonna try and cast Mage Hand and catch it.
As you catch it, the hourglass lifts and spins gently, and then begins to spin faster and faster. Do you still try to hold on?
Yeah.
Suddenly, it snaps free of the wooden cord, and the hourglass lands in a section of the wall, molded in the shape of an hourglass. Wall covers the hourglass, spins, and seems to lock into place with an eerie green light. 8 other globes lie empty. In the center lies an
Oh my
orb,
goodness.
center and missing, but seems to have some strange liquid, as a unusual voice emanates all of your minds. Give me a second while I play this. Again, make sure Theobot is on max volume because this is a little
Yep.
quiet. I think you're going to really enjoy this. God damn it. Here.
Inside the corner of the world, where spines twist and spurl, the center of everything spins, and reality meets its twin. The four ride forth, together all but kin, to punish the wicked and to praise sin. The seals we create, we must someday unmake, so that great evil may be destroyed, or else forever doom the world to the void. We know what feels good and right, and we know we must pay a terrible price. Once, twice, thrice, to travel through the needle's eye, to reform space and even time. Tools to rewrite history are hard to find, but so are the souls that come entwined. Find 3 of the 3. Bring them all forth, so the seals may be released, and the people finally set free.
What'd you think?
Wow.
That was pretty
Alright.
rad. Freaking sweet. Very ominous. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Well,
All
yeah.
right. Allow me to paste the copy of the poem so that you guys can have it for your reference.
That's much appreciated. And did we have an artifact this whole time and we
Yep.
just didn't know?
Yep.
God damn it. Makes so much sense now.
Yep. So, as we're looking around this godlike world, I turn to the others and I'm like, we can't give this to anybody. We've got to break the seal.
Of course, we had to bring the family into it right before this happens.
We haven't set out the writer yet.
Well, they've already sent us a few messages, it seems.
Ah, fuck.
But I have to agree with you. We need to keep it. We need to gather this artifact.
What do you want to bet that the Lich King has one?
I'll bet you the Chalice of Sorrow.
No, that's in the desert. I'm talking about our neighbor to the north.
Oh, right. Probably pretty likely, I'd say.
You
Ah,
see, a small bit of liquid is filling up the central orb.
go take a look at it.
It has a
Yeah,
strange and eerie blue and white light, as if looking into a sea of stars.
Yep.
There is a teeny tiny little knob you can use to press, and what looks to be kind of like a stopper where you could draw out some liquid.
Jareth is not going to. He'll turn to the other two like, you want to mess with it?
I'll summon 2 mage hands, and one is holding like a glass vial, like pulls out a glass vial, and the other is gonna
Can you do it
try
with?
and
Can you summon 2 mage hands?
uh
I don't think you can.
maybe not.
I think you might only be able to do one at a
Yeah,
time.
you can only do one. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll use one to like get a stopper of that little liquid, and then I'm gonna hold out like a little glass vial, and I'm gonna try and like drop just a bit into it.
You do so, and it suddenly evaporates into mist, and you breathe it in.
Oh,
I can't wait to see your new character.
Yeah, I know, right?
You guys see his eyes are now blue, bright blue as sapphires, and there are blue veins going across his arms. You get the urge to cast a spell.
Just
you all
any.
right there, Ozzy?
You're looking a little blue.
It builds like fire.
Like, all right, I was gonna cast Mage Armor, and that excess like magic he feels welling up just kind of bursts out in this blue burst of energy that it goes out and then coils back in around him in this like kind of protective blue field.
Not only that, it's a blue field of force that is riveting with energy, crackling purple energy.
Did you just get a hit of pure mana?
I was just kind of like looking at his hands, looking at like the veins on his arms. They're like all bright blue.
The blue fades away, the purple energy fades away, and you're feeling Like the world is just a little bit of shade of gray. As
He
if you're
just looks
missing
like
some teeny tiny piece of happiness.
Ozzy, are you okay? I mean, that looked pretty rad, but
It's
felt
scary.
felt amazing.
do you think it'd be helpful for a budding wizard to try some of that for himself?
I
Honestly, Maracas really wants to mess with this stuff, but
Ozzy is a little. Your arms are a little itchy now as the veins disappear.
just kind of like clenches his arms, like clenches and unclenches his hands, trying and just kind of like
You have a tingling, numbing sensation in your fingertips.
I would be wary of trying it again. Mm, I would be wary if you're not sure of your own magical ability.
Would everyone like to roll me another perception check?
Yup.
yes. Oh, nat 20 for
Got a
21.
Nice.
10.
Dirty 20.
Maracas, you open your eyes and you see as if through a third eye. The field of stars is far above you in the glass chasm, but below you it is as if you're standing on a cloud, an invisible cloud, and you see below you a sea of power. But the way is blocked through an immortal seal.
Oh, can I roll a I don't know what it'd be, a history or arcana check to see if I know like what
Arcana or
like
religion?
arcana or religion? Oh, okay. Uh, I guess arcana. They're both kind of the same. Oh, that's a 10.
Do you remember something whispered inside and under the breath of someone by the name of Rufus, mentioning something about a well of ascension?
Click.
Was that a click for me understanding things, or did you just do something?
No, that was me. It was a click of, oh, I get it.
Yeah, okay, okay. Just wanted to make sure. Yep. I think we found the well of ascension. We have to break the seal. We have to get down there.
Careful now.
Do you guys know where we are?
We
What we can do?
We could become gods.
We could become
Roll
gods.
me an intelligence save. You too,
Oh
Jarrah,
shit.
since you realize the truth as well. Was Ozzy paying attention?
maybe only
That's a
tangentially.
3.
Probably only tangentially, just because he's like still kind of reeling from that mana burst, basically.
Okay. Maracas, what did you
Uh,
get?
I got a 24.
Jareth, you're insane.
I am insane.
Oh no.
What?
I have lost my mind.
Wait, what does that mean? Like mechanically?
There is actually an insanity chart in Volos,
Yeah.
but not all DMs use it.
So how does this manifest?
Let me roll a severity to find out how bad this is.
Oof.
Oh no.
How lucky are you feeling, buddy?
Not at all, considering I rolled a 3.
You want to roll severity for me?
Sure.
All right, do you D100 in public rolls?
I'm a doing.
Do you want high or low to be good?
Oh God, it's gonna be bad no matter what I pick. Somebody else pick for me.
Oh, we'll do the standard. Low is bad. Go ahead, roll it.
That's a 20.
Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah, this is bad.
Oh shit!
This is bad.
Oh fuck. Okay. Uh. Okay. All right. You are insane for 100 hours.
Oh, lovely.
This character experiences a powerful delusion. The character imagines that she is under the effect of a powerful effect. You have the you sincerely believe you have become a god.
Oh, oh my god. I mean, that's a little on the nose for where we're standing.
Uh,
More importantly, you believe the way you keep your divinity is by consistently drinking of the substance that Morocco or that Ozzy tried.
Yep, because I was literally about to say, yep, if that's what he's thinking, he's going to go straight for it and just pull the cork.
Immediately, Ozzy kind of like holds him back, like, "What are you doing?"
Jared, yeah, what are you doing, Jared?
There is, like, it's just whites of his eyes. There's no iris or cornea that you can see. It's just full on whites of his eyes at this point. D- No, d- we've got to get the divinity. It's the source of magic.
But you saw what it
I
did to
wouldn't go
Ozzy.
that
It's not
far.
safe.
He grabs Ozymandias, like one hand on each side of his face. You felt it. It's the source of all magic.
Like Ozzy's gonna like just like push him off. I'm like, "What are
Yeah,
you?"
Maracas is gonna, as this is happening, he's gonna walk up there too and interpose himself between this whatever this container was and Jareth.
I'm gonna have to do it. Sorry, but I'm gonna have to do it. Jareth shoots into the air 60 feet.
Do you want to try to catch him, Maracas?
Try to catch him? Yeah, sure, why not?
Dex save.
Can I try and use hold person to just stop his fall?
Hold person paralyzes him. It doesn't. It doesn't literally hold him in the air.
Oh, that's a 10.
You
Yep,
grab onto a leg. You're in the air about 60 feet.
yep, I just cast swoop, so I am going straight up and then straight back down.
Dex save, Maracas.
Oh, that one's a 25.
All right, so you're gonna take half damage.
Okay.
Yep, not even worrying about damage. Jareth is aiming straight for the vial.
You take 17 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, that's half? Good lord.
All right, roll a save for hold person using his DC,
Okay, what's the save?
Wisdom.
which you have disadvantage on right now, by the way.
Yep. That's a 5.
You are held right in front of it.
So
I don't know what the hell's going on with you.
I thought it just paralyzed you. It didn't actually stop because swoop doesn't give you forward momentum. I shot up and then dispelled the spell, so I was coming straight down. Like
Yeah,
it was
you
all
you
forward
you you
momentum.
ran for the, the
No, I was
liquid.
falling out of the air.
Oh, okay. Well, he doesn't as you land. I'm saying that you already landed.
Yeah, okay.
So does
So
he
you're
take fall damage from landing? Like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Not with swoop, it's powered flight.
Okay.
Maracas was hanging on the leg, so he did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you just slammed right into the floor.
yeah, it's like boom. So yeah, I
Ozzy,
am
we need to get him out of here now.
I'm aware. Can't do much right now. You just see him like, basically he had clenched his fists and like ethereal blue light shot out of him and just wrapped all around Jareth. Like this pale blue energy is just like kind of silhouetting him. I
Yeah.
have him for now, but I don't know how long he's going to stay that way, and I don't know how to move him here.
Out of character, I'm not the first roller to suffer madness.
Wait, Jareth is really light, right? Because he's
Yeah.
an air genasi.
Yeah,
Oh
he's
shit.
tall
Okay.
but light.
Maracas will just try to. While he's paralyzed, is just gonna like pull him. If he's lighter, I mean, it
Well,
should be
he's like
doable.
110 pounds.
Well, that's doable.
Jareth begins to get sucked up upwards. Into the bottle now. Into the bottle, dearie.
We need to leave now.
We need to go as soon as possible. Does Maracas see what's going on? Anything above? Does he see anything above Jareth?
Fizzlebean's above the bottle and trying to suck Jareth in.
Fuck it. Maracas is he's gonna summon one of his psychic blades and he's gonna toss it at Fizzlebang in hopes to.
He drops the bottle in surprise.
Right. With that distraction, he's gonna continue trying to haul Jareth back towards the portal. It's like, come on, Ozymandias, we have to go now.
Yeah,
Should I roll?
Ozzy without even like needing to like question is gonna do like move.
You
Should I
guys
roll like
rush through
a?
the portal.
All right.
All right.
With
Do
Jareth
we
in
get out?
tow.
Yeah. Do we get out of it without any issue? All right. So once we get out of the portal, Maracas is gonna keep pulling him until they're completely out of the Arcanist Tower, at least.
Jareth turns
Or
to
behind.
normal.
Eh. Like normal, or still insane normal?
Normal.
What the?
I see.
Ozzy,
You've still got the whole person on. I'm gonna take.
Yeah.
Ozzy, keep holding him while I lock the door. And Maracas will go lock the door to the Arcanist Tower. Keep
Door's
the key
locked.
with him. And all right, I think it's safe to let him go now. I don't see how he could get in.
Jareth is sweating, but he looks fine.
Can I do can I do a medicine check just to see if I can see if anything happened to him, or I don't know
Yep.
if that actually helped me. Ooh, that's a 7.
He seems fine. As far as you can tell.
Okay. Jareth, are you okay?
Did you
Hello?
dispel hold person?
Yeah, I'll drop it. I'll drop
Yeah.
it, but I'm like kind of ready to throw another one basically.
Okay, what the hell was that? And my
Tell
head,
us.
my
What the
head
hell
hurt.
was that? You tell us.
I don't actually remember, other than walking through the door, and we were. I had an idea, and then you guys were carrying me out.
Jareth, you tried to drink the mana,
And
ravenously going after it.
what? That doesn't sound like me.
No, that doesn't sound like you at all. It's the most surprising thing. We oh oh man. I was just thinking, I don't know if Maracas actually wants to tell him now what they saw in there if he doesn't remember. After what just happened? Hmm. What do you remember
Like
from
I said,
inside the portal chamber?
we figured something big out, and no, I remember we figured something out, and you guys were carrying me out. Also, out of character, the human mind is amazing at coping mechanisms. One of them is selective amnesia.
Right. Yes, well, we might have underestimated the effects being in that place could have on us. And maybe for now we just stay out there. All right.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Are you feeling okay now?
I feel
Any
pissed off that I had to deal with that gnome again.
I
A
assume that's the
slight
gnome that
puff
keeps
of air
appearing.
comes through the portal again, and it forms under Jareth and goes to his head, and suddenly he remembers everything, but his madness seems to be laid at bay for now.
Ah, shit. Okay, we can't tell anyone about this place. You know that, right?
Absolutely.
Of course. Frankly, we shouldn't really let anyone in here other than us.
Yeah, the Arcanist Tower is forbidden. And we need 6 guards on this door at all times.
The portal disappears as the heart begins to pump again.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. It's like there was a voice screaming in my head. Kind of explains the headache. Okay, so we are going to get away from this thing for now. We're going to post some guards here, though. Full rotation. This is the most guarded thing in this castle, in this keep.
We, it might be worth it looking into finding someone who could ward this place as well.
That
I
is
mean,
not a
guards
bad.
can only do so much.
That is not a bad idea. But I say we go away for a while because the thoughts I had, they're actually quite tempting.
Hmm. Yes, some time away would probably help.
Yeah, let's hope we don't get ourselves killed trying to get this thing.
I will admit I'm hesitant to leave this, but if you are comfortable, I suppose I will continue with you guys.
No, I don't want to leave it. That's why we need to.
All
Staying
right.
here will not. We can protect it, but we need to. We need to either find a way to close it or find a way to deal with what's inside. But this portal is here now, and there's not much we can do about that. Frankly, being proactive and going out and trying to find ways to protect it might be better than just staying here. So only so much we can do at this point.
Jirith reaches into his back pocket and hands Maracas his thieves' tools.
Oh, thank you, Jared.
Yeah,
That's a very good call.
yeah. Eh, how to say this? It's like I need to be away from it because the longer I stand here near it, the more I want to go back into it.
Well, I believe we have everything ready. We had gotten everything ready yesterday for our trip, so
Yep.
we could head out
Can
now if you're all ready.
you cancel the runner? We need to. Good thing we were waiting until morning to send him.
Yeah, no kidding. Good thing we didn't send him last night. Holy shit.
Yeah. You know what? I think only one of us should go in there from now on. One of us that has no magic.
Oh, who would that be?
You know who I'm thinking of.
Is it Eggcon?
Yep.
He is. Oh no, he's not. He's almost the smartest out of all of us. So it does sound like a good idea. What do
All
you
right.
think about that, Eggcon?
He
What's
grunts.
it pop?
It would figure that it like he becomes crucial now that he's not here, right?
Yep.
He's gonna come back and he's gonna be so surprised.
Yep.
All right, so you guys are
As
going to prepare for your next adventure. It sounds like a great spot to end the session for the night.
Yep.
So, what'd you guys think?
Holy
That was
shit.
really cool. Yeah,
oh man, it's all coming together.
really thought we were gonna party wipe again. I was like, man,
Yep. Kind of did too.
we just got here.
Uh,
And,
yeah,
and,
I'm kind of. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say it's lucky that I didn't roll violent psychosis.
Yeah, that would have been unfortunate. Though, even though you didn't go into a violent psychosis, I'm still more than half. I still have less than half my hit points.
I
So I
did,
have
I
to deal
did,
with that
I
next
did
time.
consider casting sleep, but it would have been a huge gamble because you have 40 hit points, so I would have had to upcast pretty hard.
Yeah. I mean, I can cast Cure Wounds on you, but as a level 4 ranger, I only have like the slot left after having to burn swoop.
Yeah. So wait, that the mana holding orb or whatever it was, it had like a stopper on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I had a plan. I do have thaumaturgy. So as part of it, you can open or close unlocked like windows and doors. I feel like that probably extend to other containers, right? So I was just gonna
Yeah.
try to thaumaturgy it closed whenever he tried to open it. And hopefully that works for a while until we can figure something else out. Uh, no, that was really cool though. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I can't believe I didn't think of the hourglass as soon as you said the frickin' the
Yeah, that would have made sense.
Yeah, it did make sense, and I was like, I'm not even gonna fight this. This is gonna be something that's I'm not gonna be able to contest, so just let it go. And
Yeah,
I was surprised you tried to grab it with Mage Hand.
Gives you an idea just how powerful those artifacts are, huh? No.
Yeah, seriously. Although I already knew it was stupidly powerful considering it can fuck with time.
So are we all in agreement that every time we find an artifact, at least one person will try it?
Yep.
All right, sounds good.
But we
Welcome
already
to the
know what the
One
time one does.
one sacrifice per artifact.
Hey, you friendly NPC, drink up.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
So as we are preparing for the next thing, Jareth is basically going to write out a will saying that my companions are basically my heirs, so if I die, they get everything. They get the title, yada yada yada, split it up besides yourself. If all of us die, then the next most competent person gets it, which would be Rufus.
Rufus becomes the BBEG.
no. Gains access to the Well of Ascension and however many artifacts we gather before we're all dead.
Yeah, but basically for now, that's what his will states. I might amend it later, but for
There actually
now,
is
that's
another
man,
name for the Well of Ascension.
I misunderstood, and I was like, it's in his will that Rufus becomes the BBEG. I'm like, that's a
no,
weird thing to state in your will.
no, it's in
I
his
declare
will.
you the villain.
It's in his will that if he dies alone, then the rest of the party basically gets all of his belongings, takes up his title and everything. If it's an entire party wipe, the since we can't pass it on to people we don't know yet, it has to be somebody in the kingdom that's trusted. So he chose Rufus.
Fair.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, you can roll me if you're proficient in religion. You can roll me a religion check. Because there's another name, or actually, you can roll it regardless of your profession. There is another name for the Well of Ascension.
All right, religion +5 because +5.
That's a
All right, that's not
19.
one. I'm clueless.
I
All
got
right,
a 19.
that's a 10, but
I
I'm
am
gonna
an
roll
eight.
my d6. Okay,
I
that's a
am an
16 altogether.
Actually, wait, hold on. Let me look.
The other name is also known as the Well of Souls.
The Well of Souls.
Well, souls. Okay.
See, I like that.
So what you guys think of the riddle?
That was cool.
Oh, it was nice.
That was super sweet.
And I bet you wrote that yourself, didn't you?
Yep.
Man, I can't write stuff. I mean, I'm not good at writing poetry.
Yeah, how'd you come up with this? This is awesome.
Mm. I mean, half the scripture like shit I make up too. Like from yesterday's game,
Hmm.
like the let's see, take me into the city and let me bequeath upon them my gifts, for they shall know you and call you Lord. 100%,
Yeah.
100% just made up.
Oh wow, I like that. You see, sometimes I can't like do riddles, but I can do some pretty decent improv. But yeah, I can't do anything
Well, I've
like
been
that.
DMing like 3 games for a fucking year now, basically. So
True. I mean,
Awesome.
all right. Well, that's gonna be the session. Thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.